guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are playing with some makeup. I am going to show you a 90s inspired look that I did last week. It's a two bird one stone situation because I'm also going to introduce you to the latest launch from VIEVE, the latest member of the family, modern bronzer. Look. So I just thought we would do a super old school tutorial. I'm going to talk you through everything, my skincare, my base makeup, my brows. It's going to be great. I'm going to just tuck my hair behind my ears. Let's start with skincare. So I'm going to start off with the La Roche-Posay Toleraine spray. Just a really lovely hydrating spray. I love to use that spray before I do my hyaluronic acid. So this is the La Roche-Posay Hyalo B5 Serum Hyaluronic Acid. Really, really nice. I think my favourite hyaluronic acids are this one and the SkinCeuticals and the Barbara Sturm. Oh, it's great, but it's a fortune, so we pick and choose. So I'm just going to apply that all over and then I bring it down my neck. Really excited to be filming this today. And actually it's a bit cosmic, in fact, because we were meant to be getting windows fitted today. They're actually starting tomorrow, so today was meant to be a very noisy day in the house. It turned out being a bit of a free day as far as house renovations go. So I was going to wait and try and film this tonight, but I get really sleepy after 4 o'clock and I would be useless filming at night time. So that actually worked out perfect. Okay, moisturiser, the Vichy Aqualia Volcano Drop. Holy moly. See if you're just looking for a really nice everyday moisturiser. Look, I just love this as well. I love the little nubbin that it comes out. If you're looking for a really nice everyday moisturiser that doesn't break the bank, I love it. And I love how huge it is. It's 75 mils, so it's massive. And I'm just gonna give myself a little massage. I love to do that. I love to pick up the cheek. Oh my goodness. It's so lovely and lightweight, but my skin just drinks it up. A little bit of that. SPF, I'm going to use the Anthelios Tinted. Shake it well. I'm going to take, oh goodness me, it's really runny, but it's brilliant. I'm going to take that. And look, you'll see it's tinted, but it's not going to give you any coverage or anything. It's just not going to leave a cast. Really nice for not making your skin look ashy or pale or anything. Bring that down your neck as well. So that has been like my morning skincare routine lately, and I really love it. I think my skin loves it too. So let's do our base first. I'm going to use my favourite Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter, and I'm just going to use a little amount on my cheeks. This is the shade 4.5 and you can see it's really nice. Just a wee bit on my nose and my cheeks. It's just going to add that glow to my skin before we do any coverage. I am going to use foundation today. I feel like I've been using tinted moisturisers an awful lot lately, but I want to do a nice big face of makeup. I'm going to zoom you in a little bit. I've decided. That's better, isn't it? Excuse the frizz. Okay, so that's just going to add a little bit of glow to my skin. You do get a slight coverage, but it's really nothing crazy. And I'm not going to use a huge amount of foundation, but I do want to use foundation today. So I'm going to use the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. If you have not tried this, give it a shot. It's stunning. I mean, I talk about it a lot, so I'm sure that a lot of you have maybe tried it if you enjoy my recommendations. It's a pretty flawless foundation. So I'm just using this slightly more targeted than I usually would maybe, just because I know like I want coverage in the centre, but my skin's actually doing really good just now. Oh look, I've got a little red mark. I went a little bit ham with the massage, but I'm going to bring this foundation down my neck. I'm still a tiny bit fairer than I would usually be at this time of year, but this is actually the lightest Natural Radiant Longwear I've got. So we move. I'm just going to buff that in up here. Oh, lovely. And it is a bit dark, so I'm going to lighten it up with some concealer. Just really getting that on my nose. Really focusing that coverage on the centre of the face. Bring that down my neck. I can't believe that I used to wear a foundation that was darker than this. That's how tanned I used to get. Flipping miserable if you ask me. I think that's starting to look really quite lovely. I'm going to use my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Ginger, and I'm going to just brighten my under eyes. I don't use a huge amount. I literally cover up that, and let's do a little touch on the centre of the face. This just adds a little tiny bit more coverage, but it's more to do with the colour. I just like the centre of my face being slightly brighter. I'm just going to pat that out with the same brush. What a perfectly sized mirror for doing my makeup in. Oh my goodness, do you know it's been a while since I've actually used that foundation. I have missed it. It's just flawless every time. Let's get under those eyes. I've got slightly darker circles than I used to get, but it's fine because I've got concealer. Oh, nice. I think I have a tiny bit of hay fever this year. I never usually get it, but my eyes feel quite just like sensitive. So if they look a bit strange, that's why. Bloody love that. I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder. I know that I use quite a lot of the same products. It's just because I really love them. I am planning on doing a full face of new makeup next week. I have some really exciting things that I want to try, but I wanted to save it and do it on camera. So I am going to be trying out some new makeup, but for the meantime, just know that these products I'm really quite obsessed with, and that's why I've used them for so long. I can just really count on them, you know. Powdering just the usual areas, so around my nose. I actually like to put a little bit of powder on my nose these days as well, just with the whole mask situation. Nice, I would say that's pretty flawless. It's quite a blank canvas. All the tones are out of my skin, which we need to add back in with bronzer and blush. But I really love that. That's stuff that I use all the time as well, so I'm sure you'll have seen that before. Okay, now it is time for bronzer. I am going to go in with the VIEVE Modern Bronzer. This is brand new. This is my personal one, so you can see that it's been really used, but this is such a labour of love for me. Most important things, all VIEVE products are vegan and cruelty free. The bronzers are in duos, so we have 4 shades. We've got light, medium, tan and deep. I wear the shade medium at the moment. I can actually wear medium when I'm tanned as well. I can though use tan as well, just with a lighter hand. So one thing that I used to do all the time when I was younger is get a really like a darker bronzer than I probably should, and I would just use a lot less product. These are the most beautiful buildable bronzers. If you love our blushers, our award-winning formula, then you're going to love this because the formula is very, very similar. The only thing that I have changed is I wanted it to be slightly less glowy, because bronzers are there to add warmth to skin, but they're also there to sculpt, which is why we have done duos. One of my really strange pet peeves is when I'm going on holiday or in like summer months and winter months, I would have to use different products. I don't like having to do that. I just want one bronzer that I can count on and do everything with, and that's why we've created the duos. So I can use this shade to bronze, but as I get a tan or if I want a little bit more definition, I can mix it with the deeper shades. This is medium 1 and this is medium 2. But what you can also do is you can bronze all over with the lighter shade, and with the deeper shade you can add definition. So not only do you have a bronzer for all year round, but they are really multitasking and they are stunning on the eyes as well. If you've been here for a long time, you'll know that I love using bronzers on my eyes for a really quick and easy makeup look. Another thing that was really important to me was the fact that you can use these products on bare skin. So if you have no makeup on, you can pop this bronzer on and it just blends seamlessly into your skin. Again, if you've tried our Sunset blushers, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But also, with a full face of makeup, of course, it needs to blend, it needs to build, and it needs to look really, really seamless. The formula is very finely milled, so you're not going to get any chunkiness at all, and it blends like an absolute dream, and it's also very smoothing on the skin. And for my party trick, this is a brand new component for us as well, really stunning, and you'll see these little holes at the back. Boom! They are refillable. Refills are coming soon. But I'm going to go in with my shade now, and then at the end I'm going to go through all the different shades and tell you what's what. When I work on clients as well, I would never use one shade of bronzer just because it doesn't add the dimension and that finish that I want, which is another reason that the duos were really important. So I'm going to go in with medium 1. These are pressed, slightly different as well, just because bronzers you can really go in with. There's slightly more pigment when you pick them up on the brush, so you just need to do a couple of taps. And then I'm just going to start at the back and I'm going to really gently just apply. So I love to go in with a slightly larger brush. This is the Smith 118. So you can see, you can use a huge brush if you want. If you're one of those type of bronzers, you can use a huge brush and just really go in and bronze all over. I know that my mum, she absolutely loves this product. She just goes in with a brush and goes like this and all over. So if you want to do that, you go for it. But I'm gonna use it the way that I kind of envisioned when I created this product. Going in with medium 1, just using that at the back, the way that I love to do my bronzer, which is nice and high up. And there we go, that's a super natural bronze, but I'm gonna build it right up. When I'm creating products for VIEVE, the most important thing for me is that it is super user-friendly, but makeup artists will love it as well. That's basically it, and it covers the whole spectrum of different types of makeup wearers. So it needs to be easy, it needs to be buildable, and you need to be able to rely on it so you know that you're not gonna end up with a wild makeup day, if that makes sense. So I'm literally just going in, still with medium 1, I'm just bronzing up my forehead the way that I like to, and I'm just gonna go around my chin as well. It gives a real skin finish, but it has this undetectable to the eye, but it's got a really subtle glow to it that just makes it look like radiant, healthy skin. Going in with medium 2, I would either change to a smaller brush or just honestly use the same brush. I'm going to use the same brush and I'm just going to go into medium 2 and we're going to start right at the back and we're just going to add that tiny bit more dimension, and that is where you get that gorgeous sculpt. I'm going to swap over to a smaller brush just so you can see. So where is it? So I'm going to use the Smith 112, another favourite of mine. You've probably seen me use it a million times, and I'm going to go in with medium 2 and I'm just going to really start at the back and build it up. And I'm also going to use medium 2 just to give my nose a little bit of a contour. But you know, I don't really go crazy with this. I just do a little touch right up. Oh my goodness, I'm so chuffed. Isn't she sun-kissed? Who needs a holiday when you have modern bronzer? So I've just pushed that up into my hairline slightly because I have really warmed up my face. You can use this on your body as well, so I'm going to actually just bronze up my neck just so it's all in keeping, and I just ran my brush over both colours so I've got the tones of both, and I'm just going to bring that down my neck slightly. Okay, so let's do the rest of our face. I'm going to go in with the Sunset Blush in the shade Sorbet. I want to go for something quite summery today, even though we're doing the 90s look. I'm just going to tap into the product and just pat that on my cheeks. And again, because these products are really similar in formula, they work beautifully together. Nice, a little bit of a glow. Let's just highlight while we're here. I'm going to use the Nova Glow highlighter in the shade Holy Chic, and we're going to highlight these cheeks. I actually think that cheek products are some of my favourite products. I think maybe it's because of my face shape. I really do like to, you know, switch it up, change the face shape from being so round. So I think that that's why I just love cheek products so much. I'm just tapping that on, and then I'm going to bring it up the bridge of the nose. And then to really set this face, I'm going to use All Nighter. So let's go. While we're drying, I'm going to do my eyebrows. So I'm going to go in with the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. This is the way that I've been doing my brows every day for weeks. I just think it's so beautiful, and it really does go with any makeup look, whether you're wearing hardly any at all or a really full face. I just think a beautiful, like, natural brow is my favourite. So I just comb through with the 24-Hour Brow Setter. It kind of starts to dry and I'll go through it again. And what this is doing is it's just really putting the brows exactly where we need them to be. Isn't that nice? And then I'm going to go in with Gimme Brow in the shade number 5. So it's slightly darker than I used to wear. While the 24-Hour Brow Setter is still kind of drying, I just go through the Gimme Brow, and this just really pumps up the brows. Gives them a little bit more fluffiness and a little bit more depth. This isn't super 90s, to be fair. I don't even know if I'm going to call this tutorial a 90s tutorial. It's literally just the eyes, because they're cool toned, that looked so nice. Because I'm very bronzed for the 90s. I don't think people wear as bronzed. Maybe it's more like a 90s bombshell look. Look at that skin. Oh. So now my setting spray is pretty much dry. I'm going to go in with a slightly bigger brush and my powder, and I'm just going to powder again, just in the areas that I need. Okay, so for our eyes, it's super easy, and the reason that I think that you guys like this look so much is because it's cooler toned, which is so timeless, so timeless. So we're gonna start off with I Wand in Sand. This is like a full face of VIEVE almost, which brings me much joy. I'm gonna go in with sand first, and this is gonna be our base, but it's just the absolute ticket for cancelling out those tones in the lid, which is what I really love it for. So I just do that and I pat it out. It gives a really beautiful blank canvas to work on top of, and it's just so quick and easy. And whatever you do on top is going to stay put. I'm going to swap eye wands and go in with the shade Hazelnut. Hazelnut's got a really gorgeous purple mauvey undertone, and I'm just going to chuck this on all over. So you can use your eye wands one on top of each other. And just to show you how easy these blend, I'm going to go in with the same brush and just pat that out. This is quite a big chunky brush as well. And you can layer it up, so another wee bit. Pat that out, pat, pat, pat. Oh, look at that tone. Look at those tones. Now we're going to, oh, look at this. I mean, I feel like it's almost vintage at this point, even though it only came out 6 months ago, but it's just, because I've just used this for so long. This is Lava Rock. She's stunning, she's different, she's unique, she's the best. I'm going to go in with Lava Rock, and what we're going to do is pat Lava Rock all over the lid. And this is going to add a lot of depth, and it's also going to set the eye wand underneath. The eye wands do set themselves, but I have quite oily eyelids, plus I go nuts with the SPF and all my skincare and stuff. So it does benefit from me just setting it with a powder. Doing the same thing on the other side, just patting it on all over the lid, building up the pigment, and then as we move into the crease, we kind of change the way that we apply, and instead of patting, we're kind of doing little wiggly movements. Wiggly movements, very technical. Love, love. And I'm just going in with the fluffy brush again. This is from the Katie Jane Hughes Spectrum collection. These brushes are so lovely. They're really, I mean, I expected absolutely nothing less from Katie. They're just gorgeous. I'm bringing that blend up nice and high. I mean, I just think there is something so beautiful about cool tones. And I think, see, if you've got one good cool toned eye nailed, it can just be your go-to. I'm going to move back into bronzer, and I'm going to take medium 2 on my 112 brush, and we're going to do the old trick, the oldest trick in the book. We're going to take that bronzer and we're going to really buff and blend that in to the temples. This gives the most amazing lift to your eyes, but it also, like, it just makes that blend flawless. I'm going to go back in my Hazelnut under my eye. So I'm literally just going to take it, I'm going to sketch. And then I'm going to go back in with my brush and Lava Rock, and we're going to use that to buff it out. And what happens is when you're buffing that, the powder eyeshadow is just kind of melting into the eye wand, and that is not moving anywhere, my friends. And it looks quite grungy at the moment, but as soon as I've got loads of mascara on and my lashes, it just makes eyes look so big. Time for mascara and lashes. What I'm going to do is just add a tiny bit of black eyeshadow to the outer corners of my eyes. I'm just using Goodnight from the Essential palette. Nice, it's literally the tiniest wee amount, but it is just going to add just that little bit of what I need, that lift. I am slightly winging it out as well, just because my eyes are so round. I just always feel like I need to do a little tiny little bit of a wing. Okay, let's do tons of mascara. I'm going to use the Bambi Eye False Lash Mascara from L'Oreal. I'm just going to take absolutely flipping ages to build this up. Half lashes. I'm going to use HL1, which is the natural half lash. Take them out, cut them, glue them up, stick them on. When I'm applying lashes as well, I just make sure that I give them a good wiggle. Just because they've been rigid for so long, this just kind of wakes them up. It makes them much easier to apply as well. And then I just use my favourite duo glue. I've loved this for so long, and actually you can get this on the VIEVE website. We have a kit, so the half lashes are exclusive to vieve.co.uk, and we have a kit where you can get your choice of half lash, the VIEVE lash applicator, which is pretty life-changing, and the glue, and you get a saving as well. So I'm just gluing these up, shake it to wake it, And if you look after your lashes, you can get up to 20 uses from them. Let's do my little freckle. I'm just using the Benefit roller liner in the shade Brown. I actually did another freckle as well because it's 90s. Look. I mean, that's what happens when I do that from a distance. Ah, that's okay. Oh, yeah. Winner. I just kind of let them dry the rest of the way on my eyes and then give them a pinch. So right here, pinch. Time for lips. I have here my tiny little Bark lip liner, very 90s. So we're going to use Bark first, and I'm going to just follow my natural lip line first. We'll see what happens. Okay, and now let's get some 90s lipstick on. Yes, this is actually called 90s. Oh my god. I'm living my fantasy. And then I'm going to use my lip liner just to blend and overdraw my cupid's bow slightly. I feel like this is such like a Pamela Anderson look. I'm so happy. And because this is a 90s look, you can really go for that ombre lip or the more like defined lip liner, which has always been my favourite. I think this is my favourite makeup I've ever done. Yeah, I'm fully obsessed. So you guys, I hope you really enjoyed the tutorial. I'm going to show you some swatches now of the bronzers. So I use the shade medium. Let me show you light. So here is the light duo. We'll start with light 1. Light 2. So you can see that the light duo, especially the first colour, has slight undertones of pink, and that's because on super fair skin the last thing you want is anything looking too orange, but you do have the slightly deeper warmer shade for bronzing when you get a tan, or if you just want to, if you've got a bit of fake tan on, something like that. Medium 1. So you can see that it is a step warmer and deeper than light 2. This is the duo that I wear. Medium 2. A step cooler, great for adding shape and dimension. Then we move into tan. So light definitely has more tones of pink, which is great for bronzing up paler skins. Medium, which is the shade that I wear, you can see it on my skin, it's got warmth to it. Then we move into the tan duo, which is a step deeper again, of course, but this has more terracotta undertones, which is suitable for bronzing up deeper skin, so tan to deep skin. And then there we've got the cooler side, which is great for sculpting, but also for deepening up your bronze. And then we move into the deep duo, so deep 1, which again is a lot warmer. It's a little bit more red as well, which is perfect for tanning up deeper skins. And then we have deep 2, which has a really gorgeous steps to it, but it's also got slight tones of purple, which is great for sculpting deeper skin as well. So there's the shades. I've done just rough swatches, but I suppose the thing about these bronzers that makes me so excited, and I'll use a slightly deeper shade just to show you, I'll use tan. This feels like a really ridiculous way to show you, but I want to show you. So I've got my shoulder out. Before I go and wash my arm, I'm going to go in with tan, and I'm just going to start buffing that on the skin. I'm just using a clean brush. But what I want, oh my goodness, do you see how, like, really bizarre, right? But I don't have someone else's face to show you. This is just an example of how beautifully they blend and build, okay? But you can see it looks like skin. I'm gonna go and wash my arm now. So those are our modern bronzers. You get 9 grams in each pan, so that's 18 grams of product in each duo, which is a lot. They retail for £31 each, and I am just so thrilled. Thank you so much for all the excited messages, and I am just so excited for you guys to get your hands on this. It's no secret that I personally love bronzer. For me, it's the most transformative thing on my face, I guess. How does it look? Do you like the look? Do you like the way it turned out? Are you excited about the product? And also have a look on our social media. So look at the VIEVE Instagram, look at the VIEVE website. We have really stunning campaign images and a campaign video that I am really proud of. We've got loads of before and afters, we have swatches, we have just loads of content for you guys to have a look at. And if there's anyone struggling to decide on what shade you want to pick, just pop the VIEVE Instagram a comment under one of their photos and me and the team will keep an eye out and will help as best we can. Thank you again for being on this journey with me and being so supportive and just making this the best thing that I've ever done. So yeah, apart from that, I will see you in the next one. Bye. Oh God, wait. They come out on the 16th, so you're seeing this on the 15th. They come out on the 16th. That's for our muses that are signed up to our emails. For everyone else, they launch on the 17th. So yeah, apart from that, I will see you in the next one. Bye. Oh God, look, I'm getting a red neck because I'm all nervous. Are you ready? Are you ready for bronzer? Yes, I am. Oh, yeah. Go away. I would say that that's pretty nice. Oh God, is this my colour? No. I mean, I can't see what I'm doing because this mirror is really far away. If only I had a product that added instant sun to my skin. Oh, you sneaky little thing. Put you on airplane mode. Component as well. Oh God, I'm getting all fingerprints because my hands are sweaty because I am excited. I am absolutely roasting. I'm roasting. I'm boiling. Oh my God, my arm hurts. My arm really hurts.